You have a negative partner? Well, you have two choices. Spend time apart and give each other space, or end things and be alone. Keep watching to find out how to deal with a negative partner if you want to keep the relationship.
That makes it a bit more challenging, so you have to accept, let's just start out saying what you're asking for is kind of like, hey, how do I do brain surgery? Or, how do I lift 500 pounds? That's what you're asking. Like belief-wise and emotion-wise and attitude-wise, raising up a negative partner, like squatting 1,000 pounds or something. It's really hard, okay? But I'm gonna try my best to make it easy. And you might be able to pull it off. And even if you can't pull it off, you can start by lifting 100 pounds, right? Because you're around your partner all the time, or often, that's kind of like being under load or underweight all the time. What you want to do is do reps, like lift the weight a little bit and then take a breather, or like do a set and then rest, or do a day's workout and then have a rest day. So the issue with trying to raise a negative partner's energy is that, so it's smart to have rest days and rest periods between sets and rest. So it's really important that you remove yourself from the weight. You have to be separate and solitary and away from your negative partner for as much rest as you need. Some people need one rest day and they're ready to tackle a workout again. Other people they've done high intensity training on Monday and they need to wait till Friday before they hit the gym again, right? It sucks, like, man, I have to take 3 days off from my partner and only see them once a week or whatever. It's like, well, it depends, maybe, if that's where you're at. The point is, inside how much rest you need, which means how much separation you need from the partner. Maybe you can spend a few hours with them in the morning and then you don't see them for the rest of the day. Or maybe like an hour in the morning, an hour at night. But like, probably you're spending too much time already, right? Because if you're asking the question, how can I lift this weight? It probably means you're under load too much. You're under stress too much and you don't have enough separation or rest. But something should be healing and resting for you. And it's usually solitude. Now, with rest out of the way, okay, I'll give you some other tips, but the rest is the most important one. To raise a negative partner's energy, my mom has not been treating me as well as I'd like. And my parents are amazing. Oh my gosh, my mom is the best mom. I was raised so well. But lately, I don't know what's happened, but she's been kind of not herself. And she hasn't been keeping appointments. She's been like jerking me around and disrespecting my time. And it's not cool, man. Like, I expect a text to say, hey, I couldn't make it or something, right? So to me, this is a negative behavior that I don't want to encourage. And so my mom said, hey, let's chat Sunday at 12:30 or something. Normally I'd say, yes, I'll meet you Sunday at 12:30 on Skype. But this time I said, no, I'm taking a break from our chats. And it hurts to say, like, no one wants to say that. But guess what? That's the work. Like, that's what needs to be done sometimes. People need to be sent a message and I need a break from the negative vibes. Like, I can't go planning another meeting that you're just going to cancel without texting. It's been 3 in a row. Like, how many chances am I supposed to give? I can't put up with this and I can't have this behavior going on. And so it's not to be mean, it's not to punish, it's just for my rest, for my sanity. I'm going to take a break from chats with mom for a little while. I don't know how long, and I'm sorry. But I said it nice, it's honest, and if she can't handle that, and so she didn't respond. We'll see. Maybe she's crying, maybe she's fighting about it, maybe she's gossiping about me behind my back, maybe, I don't know. Mom would never do any of those things. But, we'll see if and when she replies. And if she doesn't, then I get my rest. I feel more positive. I don't have to worry about it. It's off my mind. I said, I'm taking a break. And so this kind of thing gives you the emotional rest you need. And, hopefully we end up talking again and she's a little better and I'm a little better and the energy is raised and I can spend more time around her. So the next thing you do is, your partner comes to you with some negative energy, and she's like, well, fuck you, whatever. And it's because of work or something. And so the trick here is to validate the anger. I hear you. I understand. I feel that. I'm so, my bad, right? You just take some responsibility or give some validation or accept something, even if it's totally ridiculous, because that takes some of the energy out of the electric fence. So you're going to want to get your hands on this topic, really dive into discuss converse with her about this, but you can't converse when the energy is going crazy in the topic. So your first trick is to shut off the power, defuse the bomb, suck out the energy, and that means validating and accepting whatever they're saying, even if it's crazy. She lashes out at you for not taking out the garbage or whatever it is, and you're like, yeah, I get it. And usually when you say that, people, like their circuits get shortened because they're looking for that fight, that pushback, that negative explosion, and it sort of sucks the wind out of the sails, and you're like, yeah, it's my bad, or I feel you. And they're like, you do? And you're like, yeah, I do. I'd be mad too. Anyone would, right? And they're like, wait, you're agreeing with me? And you don't really agree with them. You agree that their imaginary anger that they're lashing out at is valid because it's their life and their anger and their imagination, and they've imagined something. Yeah, I get it. And so from that point on, they're a little more open, and you might be able to say like, okay, I get it, I'll change this or work on this, whatever you're mad about. But do you think that this might be related to your mood when you come home? Do you think this might be related to your work and stuff? Like, I don't know. And so you try to ask questions. You never point fingers or you're doing this because of that. I don't even practice what I preach on this. I know this is how to do it, but it's just not my personality. If someone picks a fight with me, we're going in the mat. So there's two paths. I'm assuming you want to keep the partner. So I'm giving you the gentle question way, validation way, validate the anger, question where it's coming from. Ask them if maybe wouldn't you feel better? Maybe like, wouldn't you feel better if we could avoid this or whatever? Right? You can ask these gentle question ways. But if you are like me, let's say, so there's another path. If you are like me and you don't care about keeping the partner, then you can just go toe to toe. Like someone calls you out, you call them back, call them right out back. They want to push this, you push harder. But I've also lost more friends and close connections than anyone I know. They all disappear and stop talking to me for years at a time. Now they always come back 5 years, 10 years, 2 years later, apologizing because they know they lost an amazing person for some stupid fight that they were wrong about. Pushing people away for 5 years is not usually most people's solution. It's just my solution. So back to the other one. Do you get the validate their feelings, their imaginary anger, that's ridiculous, and then asking the gentle questions like, wouldn't things be better if we could do this? Or do you feel this is related to the mood? Like, can you see how this might diffuse some of the negativity? All this aside, it's the rest and removing yourself from the weight that is so key, because all the cool weight training techniques in the world will still get crushed under the weight if you're around it too long, like under load too long. I don't know, my answer is kind of all over the place. Hopefully it helps. I know no one else talks about it like this. No one else talks about handling negative people this way. So hopefully it's a unique take and worth an experiment.